Previously on Tie-In Twist, our hero Dave from Gamers Gump declared a pitch for a video game adaptation of Lupin III and the Castle of Cagliostro, having already established the basic gameplay template of an open-world stealth-based experience with third-person shooter mechanics and driving mechanics on the side. Will part 2 of this episode prove to be just as thrilling as the previous? Tune in now, same Gump time, same Gump channel.
Greetings fellow gamers, Dave here from Gamers Gulf. Welcome to Tie-In Twist. This is part 2 of my pitch for a video game version of Castle of Cagliostro. Last time, we looked at the basic template for this concept, which you can check out in the link below. Now, for part 2, where we take a look at playable characters for this, as well as how, well, for lack of better words, they play out. I want to keep it simple for this game, so there are only 3 playable characters in this. Sly and sneaky, Lupin III, the extremely well-armed Jigen, and swift and noble samurai warrior Guillemon. I almost considered Lupin's love interest Fujiko, as well as his foil, the no-nonsense Chief Inspector Clouseau, Senigata, as playable characters, but sometimes it's best to stick to the KISS principle, so I'm only applying them as non-playable characters that offer support during missions or fights as the game progresses, similar to how certain characters in Spider-Man 2 were applied as support. As for the big trio themselves, like I said before, they'll play similarly to each other with basics such as the double jump, sneaking, and stealth attacks. How they differ will be with the abilities and weapons unique to that character alone, creating pros and cons with each of them, which brings in the incentive to switch, especially when you need a specific character for a specific mission. This is a very similar approach to that of Sly Cooper 2 and 3 with its playable characters. We'll start off with Lupin III himself. This guy is said to have been partially inspired by Sherlock Holmes, and it shows with his keen intelligence, encyclopedic knowledge, and quick thinking. On top of that, he's exceptionally flexible, fast, and agile. Hence, why he can run up walls, jump at great lengths, and dodge extremely fast needle-sized bullets as part of an insanely elaborate booby trap that you could only imagine in an anime. So it makes sense he'll operate similar to that of Sly, with an ability to run slightly faster, jump higher, briefly run up walls, land on perch points, walk up fine lines, and have the option to pick pockets before performing stealth attacks. While he'll have his signature handgun, his arsenal will mainly consist of gadgets, which are designed to further support his abilities. Some he'll already have, such as his grappling hook watch, while others he'll acquire from accomplishing key missions in the story. They may include gas bombs, mini rocket launchers, mini cameras, disruptive devices, scanners, explosives, and decoys. Perhaps they could also include disguises, which he would only don during stealth missions. We would also have him be the only one who can pick locks, hack security devices, and disarm bombs, which are often portrayed by his puzzle-solving sequences. However, since his gameplay is focused more on platforming and puzzle-solving, he won't be much good in a fight. That's where the rest of Lupin's team comes in to balance things out. Now we have Jigen, Lupin's right-hand gunman. This dude is pretty much a shoot first, ask questions later type of guy. Not quite as bright as Lupin, but a classic film noir tough guy who takes guff from nobody and is always up for a fight, armed with almost any kind of gun and bullet you can think of in combination with an extremely precise aim. So while he won't be able to jump swiftly from rooftop to rooftop, he can still operate as the guns of the group, armed with all weapons and no gadgets this time. Some he'll already have, such as a handgun, and maybe a sniper. Others he can purchase through the vendor. His gameplay will be more third-person shooter focused. He can still sneak around and perform stealth attacks if the player decides, but mainly his gameplay will revolve around shooting his way through hordes of enemies, especially from a long range, and providing sniper support for characters from a great distance. Depending on the types of weapons, he could provide a more destructive force when needed to take down security forces and clear up passageways when needed. Now we have Geomon, the swift samurai warrior. As previously mentioned, he retains stealth, sneaking, and double jump, just like with Lupin and Jigen. But his gameplay is more hack and slash focused, armed with a sword and a variety of different melee weapons, each offering different combat combo possibilities, all in a similar vein to that of Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. While he can be as agile as Lupin, jumping on rooftops and perch points, he would also have the ability to dash quickly to each of them, as well as the ability to slow down time, enabling him to quickly find options to where he can dash towards, which can include targets for attack. This is very similar to that of Bulletine from the Max Payne series. This definitely makes him more ideal for challenging platforms, or if he's encountering some of the Count's more highly skilled ninjas. The only disadvantage, however, would be encountering enemies or obstacles that require a more destructive force from Jigen's arsenal, or solving puzzles and challenges more relevant to Lupin with his gadgets. He would also be technically limited by his choice of weapons to attack at a close range. That's where Jigen can offer support with more long-range weapons. So, that's how I could go about these three as playable characters in this video game. Like I said before, I know there are other video games in the Lupin franchise, so if this differs or seems similar enough to any of them, let me know in the comments below. I might consider a comparison video if that's the case. With that said, now that we've established the basic gameplay and how the characters are playable, now all that's left is to figure out how the entire plot of Castle of Cagliostro can fit into this video game mold. So join me in part 3 as we bring this video game pitch to a close. See ya!